Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 4 and today or in this video we are going to present to you about UPTD Museum Purbakala Provinsi Gorontalo. The first topic will be delivered by Nidaurrahmi Lasapa.
Okay, the first is topic. Next slide. Gorontalo is an area known for its ethnic diversity, which originated from a metaphor for the kingdom in the past, namely Limolo Pohalaa, consisting of Suwawa, Tuawa, Limboto, Limutu, Gorontalo, Hulondalo, Bolango, and Atinggola. In addition, there are also various other ethnic groups that historically have a correlation with the Gorontalo community, namely the Maluku, Ternate, Bugis Makassar, Minahasa, Bolang Mongondo, Arab, and Chinese ethnic groups. The ethnic diversity of Gorontalo has become a feature of an identity that reflects the acculturation of past culture into a culture wealth that still shows its existence until now. The next slide. Along with the evolution of Gorontalo province, the Papaiato Museum was built in 2015 to protect, develop, utilize the collection and preserve the cultural heritage of the community. The next. In addition, this museum can also be used as a place for seminars and several activities such as learning together at museum. Seminars that has to do with the collection and learning together at museum program, learning about the culture heritage in Gorontalo. Next slide. The Papaiato Museum has 469 collection consisting of 10 types of collection, namely the first archaeological collection, and then biology collection, and ethnographic collection, and geology collection, history collection, collection of keramology, numismatic collection, and the last fine art collection. Thank you.
Okay, next is cultural-based tourism in Gorontalo Museum or Papaiato Museum are first to carry out its function as a source of information on culture and civilization of Gorontalo on an ongoing basis. The general mandate of this museum is to educate their visitors about the history, cultural, and natural heritage of Gorontalo region or about a chosen subject of special interest, while also preserving these elements for the future generations. And then the second one is making the museum as a means of recreation that is cultural and educative. So museums play a crucial role in preserving a local culture of Gorontalo. So with a careful documentation and artifact preservation, a culture can be recorded and remembered regardless of its future. It can also be shared and understood by those from different cultural backgrounds. And the last one is the Papaiato Museum can be an option for tourists who want to know more about the Gorontalo cultural diversity and cultural authenticity. So visitors generally want to find out and understand about the origins of Gorontalo culture in the past, as well as learn something different from their culture. So because as we know in Gorontalo, apart from the large number of Gorontalo tribes, other cultural varieties are Javanese, Bugis, Java Tondano or Jaton, Minahasa, Papua, Sangir, and others, and they live harmony with their respectful cultures. And as you guys can see now in the screen, it's some of the collections in the museum. Thank you.
Right, thank you. So the next one, we are going to talk about the pattern of tourists visiting the Papaiato Museum. So the visitors are actually have to follow some of the rules that are given by the museum. First of all, before we enter the museum, we have to scan the QR code through our Peduli Lindungi application because we're still in pandemic. And the next one, before we enter the exhibition, we have to fill in the guest book. So we have to fill in the guest book and we have to make sure to list our name in the guest book. And before we enter the exhibition, we can bring bulky, wet or pointed objects. So when we visited the museum, we brought like a backpack and it can be brought inside. The next one, also you can bring food or drink into the exhibits because food and drink can attract insects, so it is damage for the collections. After that, after the thing that has to considered, then we can go inside the exhibitions. But inside, we have some rules, okay? So the first one, we can't touch the museum collection. So we have to maintain a distance at least 50 centimeters from the collection. And the next one, we can read labels. So information of the collection can be found on labels. The next one, we can use flash, okay? So we can take a picture inside the exhibits, but we can't do flash photography because it can be damaged to the artifacts and the paintings. The last one, we can't be noise, do not be noise. And so we have to refrain from talking out loud, and of course, running around is strictly prohibited. In addition, children under 12 must be guided or must be accompanied by adults, and the adults are responsible for them. So overall, the visitors tend to follow these rules, but sometimes when they are to focus on the collections, they cross the line or the carpet. So yeah. The next one, please, Rifkah Gani.
Okay, next, the museum management.
I'm sorry, Rifkah. Your mic is not.
Check, check.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the next one is about the museum management. So as a form of government attention, Gorontalo province has budgeted funds for the construction of the museum. So overall, it's managed by the Gorontalo Province Youth and Sport Culture Education Office. And then the second one, the museum and its collection. So the museum stands on about 1 hectare of land and the procurement of collection which are budgeted in stages from 2010 to 2015. And then why the museum was built. So it's because the seriousness of the province, the Gorontalo provincial government, to make regional museum and institution that plays an active role in building the cultural identity of the community. Okay, so next is about personal experience toward the management of the museum. So this museum is well managed, starting from the management of the existing collection, its location, as well as its resources in the form of workers or tour guides. The first one is the role of the museum tour guides. So when we enter, we were greeted by the tour guide and fill out the guest book. After that, we could enter the collection room, and then the tour guide only conveys few rules such as don't bring a bag, don't touch the collection, and there are description of the object from each collection. So we can freely explore without need the tour guide. And then the second one, it's museum, the location. So there is a museum painting icon that depicts a historical portrait of Gorontalo in the room used dim light to support the image of glass. And then the last one, the collection itself. The collection in the museum is still minimum. Hopefully it can increase, and the collection is well maintained and managed by the museum itself.
All right. Thank you, everyone. So that is all from our group presentation. And if you guys have any question, please fill out the comment in the below section, okay? Okay guys, thank you so much. Wabillahi taufiq walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.